All right, I have a special gentleman joining me today, Joshua Neal. Man, he is an actor, a digital content creator, and just super, super funny. And from the Bay Area. How are you doing, Joshua?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, I'm doing great, but so proud of you. I've been
Thank you.
following your content on Instagram, and
Mhm.
I saw that recently you went viral. You ended up on the Shade Room.
Yeah,
You celebrated that as well.
I did.
Let's talk about how that feels.
It feels good. I feel like the Shade Room was probably the last platform that I was like trying to get on because I had got posted on a few other ones, which was like great. But I feel like, the Shade Room is kind of just like that platform that you like want to be on because there's so many eyeballs on over there. You know what I mean? And even if you like don't follow the page, you're gonna check it at least like, once every day, like once every other day, you're trying to figure out like, what's going on in the world, like the world. So
Lord,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, right. So yeah, it just feels good to like get on there and yeah, feels
Yeah,
cool.
that's awesome. So Joshua, obviously your content is so funny, man. I mean, I'm rolling when I'm
Thank
watching.
you.
Like it's so creative. So
Mhm.
when did you start doing this type of humor content? And it's not just humor. I mean the edits, the action,
Yeah.
it's like no other. Like,
Thank you.
when did you start all this?
I started at the beginning of the lockdown, really. So I started in about April, I think, maybe around April, and I was working at Equinox in San Francisco, and we officially got on lockdown. So I had a TikTok account, but I hadn't really made anything. Um, so I was just like, all right, like, I'm an actor, like, let me try to make some content since I have all this free time on my hands. And then, so I started doing just like TikTok sounds like everybody, just like trying to make a funny scenario out of a sound that's already on there. And then I think I made a TikTok acting as like insecurity, jealousy, and toxicity, and TikTok, they really like that. So from then on, I was just trying to make up just original content and go from there. And I was already writing like short films and stuff. And I just feel like I kind of just was like, all right, let me try to start creating mini stories and see how much I can cram into 1 minute. And yeah, people liked it. So
Do you feel like, and I talk a lot about the lockdown happening and
mhm.
so many, untapped gifts that
Yeah.
we realize. Do you feel like lockdown allowed you to learn a new part of your personality, or have you always just been funny and creative and doing skits around the house?
No, I feel like it definitely made me tap into a lot of humor that I usually wouldn't put on social media. Like before, I was just doing like more acting, and when I was younger, when I was like 20, 21, I got on World Star a couple of times. That's back when like World Star was like a big deal. Um, but it was for like a different type of content. So I would say that it definitely made me realize that being that I've only had 1 minute to cram all this stuff in, it kind of made me realize how much you can do in that time as far as like, sound design and editing and writing and telling a story. So it's like, I kind of do 20 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds. Like, you got 20 seconds to introduce it, 20 seconds to tell it, and then 20 seconds to like wrap it up. So it kind of made me, tap into other things as far as like dramatic music and just trying to tell a story as best I can with angles and slow motion and all that other stuff.
It's hilarious, man. I saw somebody comment. I felt like I needed to pay to watch this. I mean, how do you feel about people receiving you in the way that they have? They love you.
Honestly, I feel like that means a lot because at first I was kind of nervous about it because the good thing is when you put your work out, people are going to see it. But the bad thing could be people are going to see it and everybody can have their opinion and say what they please, which is their right. Everybody's not going to like it as much. So I just feel like to get that overall love from the audience and have people enjoy it every time, it means a lot. Definitely keeps me motivated. There are a couple comments that can sting a little bit, but you just learn with time to like pay attention to the people that like you. I remember my friend, she hit me up and she's like, I read all the Shade Room comments, and she was like, they're all good, they're all positive, and she was like, that's a really good thing, so I was just like, all right, cool, because I told her I wasn't gonna read the comments, and she was like, no, go on there and read them. So that feels really good. It feels great.
Yeah, they were good. We were all laughing. I posted a comment too, like, this is hilarious.
I appreciate it.
So, I mean, and I think that just comes with anytime you're willing to be vulnerable and you put yourself out there,
Yeah.
people are going to criticize. And, I think the thing that you have to think about is not everybody's brave enough to put it out there. So
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
that are not are going to have an opinion. The people
Yeah.
that love you are going to have an opinion. And what ultimately matters is how you feel about you. That's
Right. Right. Yeah.
Uh,
That's
most of the greats have inspiration, right? So like,
yeah.
where do you pull yours from? Or who inspires you?
Yeah. So first of all, music inspires me first. Usually music will give me the idea. Uh like Hans Zimmer is like, he's a music composer. He's like a legend to me. He's done the music composing for like The Dark Knight, Lion King, Interstellar, like whatever movie is just great music. Usually Hans Zimmer does it. So I usually get inspired from music first. But as far as somebody that I aspire to be like, it's definitely Childish Gambino. I feel like he's just a genius in his own way and is very, very creative. I think he has an Emmy for directing, writing, acting. I'm not sure if he has a Grammy for music. If he doesn't, he should. His last album was great, but he definitely inspires me to just use all my gifts.
Yeah.
And then there's this other show called Dave, that's on FX. I don't think I can say his rap name, but he's very like he's very like, I don't care, like he kind of just has his like, this is my life, this is what I go through, and it comes off very brave and funny. So I feel like as far as just being like, all right, I'm gonna put this skit out, if people like it, great. If they don't, whatever, like this is something I'm just presenting to you guys, hope you dig it. If not, I'm still gonna just like keep it up, whatever. So yeah, I would say, but overall, Childish Gambino really like inspires me to like be creative and put my stuff out.
Yeah, he's up there. I definitely
Yeah.
see you working alongside of him. I'm putting that in the universe.
Oh man, thank you.
I've seen your freestyles. You definitely have bars for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Is that Bay Area influenced?
You know what? With rap, I kind of was like, my voice, it wasn't the deepest. So I was just like, at first I was trying to rap and sound all, but it wasn't working. So I was trying to figure out, like, look at other rappers who kind of had a high pitched voice like mine and see how they could make it work for them. And I would say my inspiration for rap is probably Earth Gang, because their voices are kind of more of a higher pitch. JID.
Okay.
I like Anderson .Paak a lot. And I like Sugar Free a lot, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, if I had to be honest, Sugar Free probably was he probably inspired my rap the most, my flow the most, to be honest.
I love it.
Yeah.
To have a diverse bag of talents and actually be utilizing them,
Yeah, right.
People never realize that they can do more than one thing.
Right, yeah.
If you could work with anybody, if you could put, just let's say you had an unlimited amount of resources. Tyler Perry called you tomorrow. It's like, Joshua, I'm giving you X amount of money. I'm giving you a blank check.
Yeah.
To put together a project. What would you want to work on? Who would you want to work on? Like, what would it be around?
So I could like start my own project and then work with somebody on top of it? Oh man. So
budget.
Okay. I definitely would put all the money into this dramedy sci-fi series that I'm writing right now.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm gonna put out some teasers and episodes soon, all on the budget of thyself. But if I did have the budget, I would put it towards that. And then if I could work with any actor, I would. Oh, Shia LaBeouf.
Okay.
Shia LaBeouf would be the supporting actor in it.
Right.
And the love interest of the character, and just for the show, because she has a boyfriend, so I'm saying this respectfully, it would probably be Ryan Destiny. I think her name is Ryan Destiny.
Yeah, she does the music.
Yes. Yeah. And then if I could have anybody direct it, it would be me.
Okay.
But if I would like somebody to direct it, it would be Christopher Nolan.
Okay. Man,
yeah.
That's an awesome cast, man.
Sure.
And you gotta be in it too.
You said what?
You gotta be in it too.
Yes, I would. Those are my additional lead and supporting actors right there.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. We gotta have an Issa Rae here.
Yeah, yes.
Anyway,
I love her. I love Issa Rae, and I love all of her work. She's amazing.
where you're directing and starring and writing and all of that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, for you, I mean, you know, we talked about the inspiration coming from like a certain person,
Mm-hmm.
you know, some of the greats and people that you look up to,
Mm-hmm.
in your personal life, right? Because I feel like a lot of that talent that you have,
Yeah.
I can envision you being a kid and being like the creative kid,
Yeah.
you know, where like you're in the classroom and like you've invented a whole cast of like
Yeah.
friends. So like in your personal life, man, I mean, where do you pull that inspiration from?
I was actually an athlete for a while, but I was still taking acting classes in high school. And man, I would say that honestly, as a kid coming up, I definitely was a big movie buff though. I was always at the movies. Even when I was playing sports, I could literally live in the movies. Like I'll go in the movies and be in there from like 11 to 5. Like I'll watch everything.
Be what sneaking in from, you know, this.
Yeah, I was movie hopping at first, but when I started to have a more respect for the art and the hard work that everybody puts into it, and I started acting, then I started paying for all the tickets. Like,
Okay.
but I was movie hopping back in the day. I'm not gonna lie. But I would say that my dad had always like a lot of personality, very animated. Like when I was coming up as a kid, he was very animated, still is, but he was very like energetic and just had a lot of personality. My mom too, so I feel like that kind of rubbed off on me a little bit. And I felt like when I was taking acting classes, there was a lot of freedom in there. Like you could really just wild out or yell or just act whatever, however you wanted to, and it was like the norm. And I really liked that. So I feel like when I stopped playing sports, I really started focusing on art and writing and how to just dig deeper into the gift and just like master it as best I could. But yeah, I would say my dad was very like animated coming up.
I love that.
Yeah.
I will ask you this, and this will probably be the last question I ask you, and then I'll let you plug whatever you want to plug.
Okay.
For young people coming up,
Mm-hmm.
you know, somebody's a young creative,
Yeah.
or you know what, a young creative, an old creative,
Yeah.
a middle-aged creative,
Yeah.
anyone who is creative and is looking for just a way to get started, and they don't know where or how, or they're intimidated by, you said, the comments. They don't want to put it out there until it's perfect. What advice would you have for them?
I would say that I feel like the one person that we always have to not listen to is ourselves sometimes. I feel like we can get into our head a lot. I definitely know that I could have been making content a long time ago, but a lot of times I would overthink and I would destroy the idea before I even try to put it out. And a lot of them are golden ideas. There have been times where I come up with a TikTok idea and then I'm just like, oh, that's not gonna be funny. That's gonna be dumb, blah, blah. And I'm just like, well, just put it out. Just put it out and see how it goes. And those have actually been the ones that have gone viral or people have loved the most. And it's been the ones that I thought were the dopest and the best that just do like, okay. So I would say to just put yourself out there. Never destroy the idea before you actually do it. And even if it's not perfect, just put out the idea, because sometimes people just want to see that idea of it. They'll get what you mean. Like, you know, we don't have budgets like Steven Spielberg and, you know, we're not a whole studio, but it's just to give that idea, to give people the vision, you know, and they'll get with it. So I feel like if it comes to your mind and you think it's funny, that's all that matters. If you think it's good, there's so many other people out there that would think it's good as well. I promise you that. Like, and then the people that won't, but there's a lot of people that will. So I would just say to put yourself out there. Maybe always submit to like your local talent agency. If there's a local talent agency, always start there. because there's big projects that come there too. And to just have tunnel vision. You don't need to listen to anyone else but your heart. Just listen to your heart, listen to yourself, and and everything else will play out how it's supposed to. So
powerful. Make sure you look back on that as you're running your big budget film with the unlimited funds.
Thank you. Yes, exactly.
Neal, thank you so much. Amazing actor, like I said, writer, digital content creator. How do you want people to connect with you and continue following and supporting you?
If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Joshua Neal with 2 L's. So there's 2 L's in Neal. And on TikTok, it's the Josh Neal with 1 L. And Twitter is Joshua Neal with 2 L's as well. So you'll be able to find me. Thank you so much for having me on here. I really appreciate it.
Well, man, when I found out you were, from the Bay, I was like, oh, like this, I mean, not only is his content great, but he's local, and I'm always proud of my local people, right? I think you said on Twitter, putting on for the Bay.
Yeah.
Doing quotation marks. Putting on for the Bay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, Mr. Neal, thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing your latest project, okay?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, brother. Take care.
All right.